AITA for breaking up with my girlfriend after she uninvited me from our vacation, so she could go with her male best friend instead. I just got off a call that made me question everything about my relationship. Need outside perspective, because I am either being crazy or I am about to dodge a major bullet. I am Nash, 29M, project manager at a construction firm in Phoenix. Been dating Brianna, 28F, for 10 months now. She works in marketing at a tech company. Things have been good, or at least I thought they were good until about 2 hours ago. Here is the situation. We had a trip planned. Hawaii 5 days, leaving in 3 weeks. Me, Brianna, her college friend Hunter, 30M, and Hunter's girlfriend Ava. Couples trip. Nice resort, split the costs. Should be fun. Hunter and Brianna have been friends since freshman year of college. She calls him her best friend. They text constantly, have inside jokes I don't understand, and talk about memories I wasn't part of. I have tried to be cool about it because I am not the jealous type and I trust my girlfriend. Or I did trust her. This afternoon, Brianna called me at work, said we needed to talk about the trip, so Ava dropped out. She got a work thing she cannot reschedule. That sucks. Should we find someone else, or just do it as a 3? Long pause. Then, actually, Hunter and I talked about it, and he is not comfortable going as a 3 with you there. Wait, what? He said. It would be weird, third wheel dynamic or whatever. He suggested maybe you could sit this one out and we could reschedule our couples trip for later. I actually pulled the phone away from my ear to make sure I was hearing correctly. You are asking me to skip our vacation so you can go alone with Hunter instead. It is not like that. He is my best friend. We have traveled together before you had a boyfriend. Nash, you are making this into something it isn't. Hunter and I are just friends. We have been friends for 10 years. Nothing has ever happened between us. Then why cannot I come? He said he is not comfortable with you there. He wants to relax, and he feels weird around you sometimes. He feels weird around me, your boyfriend of 10 months. You can be kind of intense. He said you seem like you are always watching him when we hang out. I am not intense. I am observant. And yeah, maybe I watch him because something about the way he looks at my girlfriend has never sat right with me. So let me understand this. Hunter's girlfriend drops out. Instead of canceling or adjusting, Hunter tells you he is uncomfortable with me there. And your response is to ask me to step aside so you two can vacation alone together. You are twisting it. How should I twist it, Brianna? Because from where I am standing, it looks like your male friend gets to decide whether I am allowed on vacation with my own girlfriend. She got defensive, said I was being controlling and insecure, said she shouldn't have to choose between her boyfriend and her best friend, said if I trusted her, this wouldn't be an issue. Classic manipulation. Make my reasonable concern into a character flaw. I asked her one question. If the situation was reversed, if my female best friend told me she was uncomfortable with you on a trip, and I asked you to stay home, how would you feel? She didn't answer. My mom did something similar when I was 14. Had a male friend from work. Started spending more time with him. My dad expressed concerns. She called him controlling. 6 months later, she left us for the friend. Told my dad he had pushed her away with his jealousy. I recognized the pattern. The gaslighting about valid concerns. The prioritizing of the friend over the partner. The framing of basic relationship boundaries as controlling behavior. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe Hunter really is just a friend. And this really is just an awkward scheduling situation. Maybe I should trust her and let her go on this trip alone with a man who apparently cannot stand being around me. But my gut is screaming that something is very wrong here. Reddit, AITA, for considering ending things over this. Am I being insecure, or is my girlfriend essentially choosing her male friend over our relationship? Update 1. Wasn't going to update so fast, but things escalated, and I need to process. After my post, I tried to be reasonable. Told myself maybe I was overreacting. Maybe Hunter is just socially awkward and the situation got miscommunicated. Maybe meeting him one-on-one would ease my concerns. I texted Brianna and asked if Hunter would be open to grabbing coffee with me. Just us. Get to know each other better. Clear the air before this trip becomes a bigger issue. She seemed surprised, but said she would ask. Hour later, she texted back. He said, okay. Tomorrow at 3 at the coffee shop on Central. So yesterday, I met Hunter Walsh for the first time without Brianna present. He is exactly what you had picture. 30 years old, sales director at some software company. Expensive watch that he made sure I noticed. Expensive haircut. Confidence that borders on arrogance. The kind of guy who peaked in college, but managed to translate frat boy energy into corporate success. Walked in like he owned the place. Ordered his drink without looking at the menu or acknowledging the barista beyond the bare minimum. Sat across from me like we were about to negotiate a hostile merger. The body language was immediate. Leaned back, arms open, taking up space. So, he said, stirring his drink with unnecessary precision. Brianna said you wanted to talk about the trip. Yeah, I figured since we are going to be on vacation together, we should get to know each other better. Clear the air. He laughed. Actually laughed out loud like I had told a joke. About that. Look, Nash, I'm going to be straight with you since you seem like a direct guy. I don't think this trip is going to work out with you there. It is nothing personal. Nothing personal. You are asking my girlfriend to leave me behind, but it is nothing personal. Because Bri and I have a dynamic that you are not part of. We have been friends for a decade when you are around. She is different. More constrained. I want her to actually relax on this vacation, and I don't think she can do that if she is worried about managing your feelings and your reactions. The whole time, I stared at him, managing my feelings. She told me, you are not comfortable with our friendship. That is your thing to work through, not hers, and definitely not on our vacation. Our vacation, that was supposed to be a couple's trip with your girlfriend. He shrugged. Ava couldn't make it. Things change. Point is, Bri needs this trip. She has been stressed, and I know how to help her decompress in ways you don't. I let that hang in the air for a moment. What does that mean? It means I know her. I have known her for 10 years. I know what she needs. You have been around. What? Less than a year. You are still learning who she is. I already know. This man was sitting across from me, telling me he knows my girlfriend better than I do, while trying to remove me from a vacation so he could have her to himself. I stayed calm somehow. Hunter, I am going to be direct. The way you are talking about Brianna sounds less like a friend and more like an ex who hasn't moved on. His eyes went cold. We were never together, but you wanted to be. What Brianna and I have is more important than whatever you are imagining. We don't need to sleep together to have a connection that matters. Some people just understand each other on a deeper level. And that deeper level means I should stay home while you take my girlfriend to Costa Rica. It is not my call. It is hers, and she will make the right decision. He finished his coffee, left a 20 on the table even though the drinks were maybe $8 total, and walked out power move. Message received. I sat there for another 20 minutes, just processing. When I got home, Brianna was waiting. She would clearly talk to Hunter already. He said you were aggressive with him, that you accused him of wanting to sleep with me. I asked him directly about his intentions. That is not aggressive. That is honest. He said you made him uncomfortable. Good. Someone should be uncomfortable in this situation. It sure as hell isn't you. She started crying, said I was ruining her longest friendship, said Hunter was like a brother to her, said I was seeing things that weren't there because of my family history. I told her what Hunter said to me, about knowing her better, about understanding her in ways I don't, about our vacation. She dismissed all of it, said I was misinterpreting. Said Hunter just expresses himself dramatically. Sometimes, said if I trusted her, none of this would matter. I called my brother Rick that night. He is an electrician, been married 8 years. No nonsense kind of guy. Told him everything. He was quiet for a minute. Then, Nash, I have never told you what to do about relationships. But this isn't normal. No woman who respects her partner lets another man talk to him like that. And no friend talks to his female friend's boyfriend like that unless he is trying to establish dominance. You are not the priority here, brother. You never were. My parents feel the same. Mom especially, ironic given her history, but maybe she recognizes the pattern from the other side now. I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to fight for this relationship. Prove I am not the insecure guy they are making me out to be. Part of me thinks fighting for third place in your own relationship is the most pathetic thing a man can do. Update 2. The trip was yesterday. She went. The week leading up to it was brutal. Daily arguments about trust, boundaries, friendship, jealousy. Every conversation ended with her calling me controlling and me trying to explain why this situation was abnormal. The night before she left, I made one last attempt. Brianna, I am asking you not to go. Not because I don't trust you, but because going on this trip sends a message. It says Hunter's comfort matters more than mine. It says his feelings about me being there trump my feelings about you going alone with him. She was packing, didn't even stop folding clothes. I am not canceling a trip I have been looking forward to for months, because you cannot handle me having male friends. This isn't about male friends. This is about one specific man who told me to my face that he knows you better than I do and wants me out of the picture. He didn't mean it like that. You are taking everything the worst possible way. Then what did he mean? And is not a threat. Nash. That is just a fact. And the fact that he specifically requested he wants to relax without drama. Can you blame him after how you treated him at coffee? I gave up. There was nothing I could say that would change her mind. Hunter had won before I even started fighting. She left the next morning, kissed me goodbye, like everything was normal. Said she would text when she landed, told me she loved me, asked me to water her plants while she was gone. I said okay to everything, smiled, wished her a good trip, watched her Uber drive away from the window of her apartment. Then I went to the bedroom, pulled out my suitcases, and started packing. It took me about 2 hours to get all my stuff out of her apartment. We had been basically living together for the past 3 months. My toothbrush in her bathroom, my clothes in her closet, my coffee maker on her counter, my books on her shelf. I had left pieces of myself scattered throughout her space, making it feel like home. Now I gathered every piece back. Clothes went in suitcases, toiletries in a bag, electronics in my backpack. The framed photo of us from her birthday. I left that on the dresser. She could decide what to do with it. I was methodical about it, room by room, drawer by drawer, making sure nothing of mine remained. Not because I wanted the message to be unmistakable. Complete removal. The last thing I packed was the coffee maker. Seemed symbolic somehow. All those mornings making her coffee before she woke up, trying to be thoughtful, trying to be the good boyfriend. All those mornings she would smile and say thank you while texting Hunter about their inside jokes. Left her key with the neighbor, Mrs. Peterson, sweet old lady who had seen me coming and going for months. She didn't ask questions when I said I was leaving something for Brianna, just nodded like she understood more than I had told her. Changed my flight for a work trip to San Diego I had been meaning to take for months. Booked a beachfront hotel with the money I had saved for our next vacation together. Figured if she was going to vacation with another man, I might as well take myself somewhere nice too. Blocked her number before her plane even landed. Blocked Hunter too, even though we weren't connected on anything. Just wanted to make sure. Blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, everything. Complete digital removal. My brother Rick helped me move the bigger stuff. Some furniture I had bought for her place. Television I had set up in her bedroom. He didn't say much. Just helped me load the truck and said, proud of you when we finished. That was yesterday. Today, I am in San Diego, sitting in a beach bar, writing this update while watching the sunset. I haven't looked at any messages. Haven't unblocked her to see what she is saying. Don't care. She made her choice when she got on that plane. I made mine when I packed my bags. Some people might think I should have talked to her first, explained my decision, given her a chance to understand. But I did explain. For 2 weeks I explained. She didn't want to hear it. She wanted to go on vacation with Hunter, and nothing I said was going to change that. So I stopped talking and started acting. 10 months together. Thought she might be the one. Turns out I was just keeping her seat warm until Hunter decided he was ready for her. Fine, let him have her. I have got a beach, a cold drink, and my self-respect intact. Final update. People have been asking for closure, so here is the final update. 6 months since I walked out of her apartment. A lot has changed. First, the confirmation nobody needed. Brianna and Hunter are together. officially together. Started posting couple photos about 3 weeks after she got back from Costa Rica, the vacation where nothing was going to happen because they are just friends. Called everyone trying to reach me. When she finally got through on a friend's phone, I answered once. Nash, what the hell? I came home, and everything's gone. You blocked me everywhere. What is this? You went on vacation with another man after I told you I wasn't comfortable with it. Actions have consequences. Brianna. I told you nothing was going to happen, and I told you I didn't want you to go. You chose Hunter. I chose myself. This is insane. You are throwing away 10 months over one trip. I am walking away from a relationship where I am clearly the third priority. You made your choice. I made mine. She tried bargaining, crying, threatening, said I was proving I never really loved her, said I was emotionally abusive for disappearing, said I would regret this. I hung up and kept her blocked. 3 weeks later, the couple photos started. Hunter looking smug, Brianna looking happy. Caption, finally. Finally. Like the 10 months with me were just a waiting period until they could be together. Mutual friends reached out over the following months. Some tried to get me to reconcile with Brianna, said she was devastated when I left, and I should give her another chance. I politely declined. Others confirmed what I had suspected. Hunter had been undermining her relationships for years. Every boyfriend she had had, he found a way to make them look bad. He would pick fights, make uncomfortable comments, position himself as the alternative. 2 exes before me apparently left for the same reason, couldn't compete with the best friend. One friend, this girl who went to college with Brianna, told me we all saw it coming. Hunter's been in love with her since sophomore year. She just wouldn't admit it because then she would have to give up the attention from both of them. That tracked, she wanted Hunter's emotional devotion while keeping a boyfriend for stability. I was the placeholder until Hunter finally made his move. What have I been doing for 6 months? Work is going great. Got promoted to senior project manager about 2 months ago. Pay raise. Better projects. More responsibility. Corner office with a window. Turns out when you are not emotionally distracted by relationship drama, you can actually focus on your career. I am leading a major commercial development project downtown now. Biggest thing I have ever managed. Bought a house 3 months ago. Small 3-bedroom in a nice neighborhood. Needs work but has good bones. Classic Arizona ranch style with a backyard. I am slowly turning into an actual outdoor living space. Fixer-upper that I have been renovating on weekends. New floors in the living room. Repainted the whole interior. Replaced the kitchen cabinets myself with Rick's help. Something deeply satisfying about building something with your own hands, making something better through your own effort. Been dating casually. Nothing serious yet. Met a few good women through work events and friends. Had some nice dinners. Even a weekend trip to Sedona with a woman I met at a project launch party. But I am not rushing into anything serious. Learning to enjoy my own company first. Learning what I actually want versus what I think I should want. Therapy too. Started seeing someone about 3 months in, not because I was broken, but because I wanted to understand the pattern. Why did I stay in situations where I wasn't valued? Why did I keep trying to convince people to treat me well instead of just leaving? Made me realize that my childhood, watching my mom's affair, watching my dad try and fail to save the marriage, taught me that love meant fighting for people who didn't want to be kept. I am unlearning that now. My family has been incredibly supportive through all of this. Rick and his wife have me over for dinner every few weeks. My mom called me last month to apologize, not just for the Brianna situation, but for what she put our family through when I was a kid, said watching me. Set boundaries made her reflect on how she had failed to set her own. We are working on our relationship. As for Brianna and Hunter, I hear things through the grapevine, even though I try not to listen. They moved in together after 3 months. Fast, but not surprising. They fight constantly. Apparently Hunter's special understanding of her translates to controlling behavior now that she is actually his girlfriend instead of his fantasy. He doesn't like her having male friends. Any male friends. Not just boyfriends. Doesn't like her going out without him. Gets jealous when she spends time with coworkers after hours. Checks her phone. Questions her about her day. Funny, isn't it? The guy who convinced her that my boundaries were controlling and insecure turns out to be actually controlling. The connection, deeper than romance, became a suffocating relationship where she cannot breathe. One mutual friend said Brianna complained that Hunter wasn't like this before, and she misses how things were when she was with me. I didn't respond to that. Not my problem anymore. Looking back, I don't regret leaving. I regret not leaving sooner. The moment Hunter made that ultimatum about the vacation, the moment she seriously considered it instead of laughing it off, I should have known. You cannot compete for someone's attention when they have already given it to someone else. You cannot argue your way into being a priority. You can only recognize your worth, remove yourself from situations that diminish it, and build a life where you come first. I did that. And I am happier than I have been in years. Some people think I was harsh, that I should have given her a chance to explain after the trip, that disappearing while she was gone was cruel and immature. Maybe. But I spent 2 weeks explaining, asking, trying to be heard. She chose to go anyway. What else was there to say? Actions speak louder than words. Hers said I wasn't the priority. Mine said I wouldn't accept that. Brianna got what she wanted, a life with Hunter. I got what I needed, a life with self-respect. I will take that trade every time. To any guy reading this, who is in a similar situation, trust your gut. When someone makes you feel like you are being unreasonable for wanting basic respect, that is not a you problem. That is a them problem. And the solution isn't to argue better or explain more clearly. It is to remove yourself entirely and let your absence speak louder than your words ever could. Build a life you are proud of. The right person will want to be part of it, not compete with it. That is the real final update. House is almost done. Career is thriving. Life is good.